to the volume right there.
Well, they were in Queens. They probably were at a shoestring or something.
You can hear it. See, this is very good. So we don't got
Borough was the flyest borough.
It's right here.
Oh,
It's the same shit.
Okay.
Borough was the flyest borough.
I thought we got to fly.
Ready?
Yeah, ready?
Come on.
Running laps, yeah, running laps around you niggas, man. Yeah, come on, right, dog. Yeah, system undefeated, terrain rough, best believe it. I lived it, walked it, I breathe it. That's some shit you can't compete with. Grew up on the rough side, a juvenile delinquent.
Okay. Welcome to L.A.P.S, Life After the Prison System. I'm Jay. Got two guests with me today. I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
Azeez.
V? Yeah. Okay, for sure. So, Azeez, beloved, you was, we interviewed before, but if you want to, rerun down, growing up, both of y'all, how it was coming up for y'all and everything.
So, I grew up in Jersey City, single mom, typical, like I said before,
Right.
Was in the streets at a young age, before even a teenager, in and out the prison system since I can remember, doing a bid as a juvenile and coming home and doing another bid and caught another bid. So I ended up spending the majority of my life in prison. And I've been home now. I just did a 20 with an 85 and a violation. So I did 18 years, and I've been home for 16 months now. When I spoke to you, I had almost a year home last time. So now I've been home for about 16 months. You know what I'm saying? Just maneuvering, trying to figure out things. And me and bro actually did time together. We from different cities, different neighborhoods, and we linked up out here, and we started a business together. So I'm gonna let bro introduce himself.
For sure.
Yeah, my name Big. So I grew up in Linden majority of my time.
Okay.
Then moved to Elizabeth, back and forth between Linden and Elizabeth. I lived in North for a small part of my time. I did a little bit of juvenile time, not much. It was a couple months, right? So I wasn't in and out early, but I always dibbled and dabbled, right? Dibbled and dabbled in the streets. And just one thing that real quick, that my mother always said to me, she would say, the streets are gonna swallow you whole. Mm-hmm. So early when I got into the streets fully, around the age of maybe 15, and started just selling drugs. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm seeing everybody around my way. They are going down, doing 3 years, 2 years. They coming home. They had a little saying, they used to come home. Now I'm built like a Greek god, right? So that shit was influencing me. So you see that, right? You come off the porch, you see that. You see these niggas running around. Back in the day, they got the Jettas with the Volvo and the Volvos, and they got their names all in the seats, and and all that shit is looking good. They got the big ass chains, with the Nefertiti heads and all of that good shit. Right. That shit is so influencing. So, I came off the porch around that time and just dove, just basically into selling drugs, just trying to get a couple dollars, just trying to basically, impress some females, up my gear a little bit, and then I caught some time, did my first bid around 21 years old. I went down Annandale for about 3.5 years, came home with this Greek god, So, and then just going back to the same, my mother used to say, the streets are going to swallow you whole. So when I came back home, I dove right back into it, because it was I played the whole time I did that 3-step. So I'm like, all right, well, if I see dudes come home and they did 2 or 3, but next time they catch a case, they might do 5. So I'm like, I got that in me. I can do that. It's nothing. So this time though, and going back to those words, it wasn't a 5-step. It was a 20. It was 20. It was just put that 20 on your chest and handle it. Like I said, like bro said, we met each other while we was down. Even though we was from different cities, we was just on the same tier, going outside, working out together, maybe sometimes talking, just doing the regular jail shit. And so then, like you said, we got out here. We both was involved in a college program, with the New Jersey STEP program, where we was going to Rutgers. Okay. So we would meet up at the office, right? And, as we met up at the office, you kind of notice things about people, right? Like, you would know, okay, bro got some grind in him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Bro he gonna do what he need to do. Bro also seemed like the type of focus that I was on when I drove Pat first into the school shit. It was like really focused on that. So we just came together, we linked up, we was like, all right, well, it's a plan. We can see if we can start this business together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And make some money together, right?
Right.
So this is how all of this formed. This is how ACM Transport Services formed.
ACM Transport.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is how all this thing created. Started.
Let me ask y'all a question, right? Young, and you said young most of your life. Like, is it a thing? And you said, like you did your 3 or whatever. Like, is it a thing? Like when you go and you come back, it's like, oh, I did that, I can do this, or like, what's the mentality of, like when you catch a light case and you said you dive right back in and right back in the streets.
Yeah, I mean, for me, because I did, like I said, my first few times was a couple of weeks in the youth house.
Right.
Then it's a progression. So, when you, it's uncertain at first. So you go to the youth house first time, you're like, damn, you don't know what it's gonna be like. And then you see, like, if you ain't no sucker, like, it's really kind of easy. They make it. It's not like a punishment. Like, you go in there, it's niggas from the hood, niggas fighting, all they give you snacks at night. It's really not like, damn, like, oh shit, this shit. Like, if you was locked in a cell 23 hours in one as a juvenile and you just like nothing in it, like, it'd be different mentality. But they show you that shit really kind of easy. Mm-hmm. And then a little bit of time, like a month, 3 months, 8 months, a year, that shit ain't enough to really change you. It really took me like years and years, even in my long bid, to change. Because when I first went down, I was still doing the same shit. So them little, a year, 14 months, your mentality don't really change. So when I went, I did a Jamesburg bid. You down there, you with dudes from other towns. It's shaking, you fighting every day, but it's really nothing if you thorough. So that ain't really phasing you. I come home, I went down 17, came home 18. I'm still young. So I'm literally, the first day I was home, I was with my family all day. The second day I was home, I was back on the block. Because I ain't really learned nothing. I ain't really changed. I ain't want to change. So I'm like, man, that's all I was talking about the whole time. I can't wait to get back out there. I'm going to be tearing strip up bitches.
Right.
So your mentality don't change. So came home from that. I got locked up 48 days later.
48 days.
I came home. I was home for 2 days and I'm back at it.
Right,
I ain't even give myself the time to see what's going on, even though it ain't much change in a year.
Right.
I was back outside heavily every day. Came home 48 days, got back. Sent me back down. Come back home. All right, look, I'm chilling. 3 months. I call that chilling. I catch another case.
Right.
That sends me down as an adult. I'm an adult now. I came home as an adult from a juvenile joint. Maxed that out. Caught the case. I'm going back and forth to court for that. That sends me down. Distribution, school zone sends me down. 14 months. I had a three flat. No, I had a 3 with a 1. I had a stip on mine. Did that stip. I came home on ISP, which is Intense Supervision Program. I called myself not really doing much. I ain't gonna be outside. And the next thing you know, 8 months later, I caught that 20 with an 85. I was only home for 8.5 months.
On that one.
Yeah, so it's like I got locked up. My whole juveniles, in and out. Little bit, another little bit as a young adult. Came home from that for 8 months. I was 20 when I came home. I turned 21, got back 21, came home 39. But from 21, when I first got back, till I want to say.
Wait. You said you came home at 21.
I came home at 20. Right? I came home in March 06, right? I was 20. Okay. I turned 21 in May of 06. I got locked up in November of 06. I came home in July of last year off of that November 06 case. So I went in, I was a kid. I was doing all that kid shit. And then the years just grew on me, being around, seeing brothers like him. He not that much older than me. He a few years older than me, but like we kind of in the same circles, but like he from another city. I'm on this unit, I'm on this tier. And we do kind of similar the same things, but you see the difference in people in the prison system, just like you see the difference in people out here. Like but it's more condensed in it. Like, oh, nah, son ain't no goofiness. He ain't into the boy. Oh, he with bro in them. Oh, nah, he right. You know what I'm saying? He ain't telling nobody. You start getting to learn people. And like you said, we started school on the inside. So now we getting it even more in a closer circle. We talking about intellectual stuff now. But this is the growth along the years. At the beginning of the bid, I was still that same little nigga. Mentally, doing all the same shit, chasing the same shit. I'm doing the same shit I was outside. So
Right.
it took me some years to really grow into myself and start learning and start desiring different. And seeing old goofy niggas in the prison system, kind of, I used to be like, I can't be that.
Absolutely.
I'm like, man, these old goofy niggas, this nigga old as hell, you trying to talk like, I'm literally like 23, 24. You got the positive old heads, you got these dumbass old niggas like, yo, what's up, blood? And I'm like, yo, you old as hell. Like, so that shit, right? But I don't want to take over the interview. I know my man.
The thing is, right, the thing is, partner, bro. But the thing is, with as far as the influence, you said, like, the being young, going in and coming right back out doing the same things that you did before. It's all part of the influence, man. Wanting to be accepted by your peers, wanting to be accepted amongst the crowd is the biggest thing that, you know what I'm saying, that probably drive and motivate a person, you know what I'm saying, such as similar to us, to jump right back into it. Even though you got that thought in your back of your head, like, hold on, listen, I just did this time. Even as a juvenile, right? Even as a juvenile or a young adult, and you did some time, you got that thought in the back of your head, like, hold up, like, maybe I should go a different route. But the influence, right, to be accepted amongst your peers, to be recognized, that's one of the biggest things that you can, that's like a driving motivator, right? No one wants to be ostracized. No one wants to be shut away and not fucked with, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's one of the biggest things. And this is why you get so many that's basically, even going away for a certain amount of time, basically if I come home and do the same thing, I'm most likely going to get the same amount, you know what I'm saying? It's a possibility to be even worse. But that influence and that wanting to be accepted is such a big thing that it just basically like, you know what, throw all caution to the wind. I'm gonna do, you know what I'm saying, what everybody else is doing. You know?
Okay.
So that's part of the biggest influence, man.
Right.
You see what you become like that old saying. It's a cliche, but it's real. The product of the
Product of your environment, right? So, and I'm glad you said you was from Linden.
Yeah.
And I remember coming up on this side, we didn't think Linden niggas hustle, right? It was why they hustling? They got an all right life. Like,
really?
It wasn't till like growing up, and we going all the way to Warnacre Park.
Yeah.
And you coming home and you come past these streets and you see like there was like 20 motherfuckers outside.
Yeah.
Or what's the strip? Is it St. George?
St. George Ave.
Where the Popeyes
and
the Chicken Shack was at?
Now I was actually on the other side of that. It was another part of it, right? Like you said, Linden is a small town.
Yeah.
Like you think that probably they have some type of economic mobility. You know what I'm saying? But no, you actually have those. Like there was plenty of times. There was mayonnaise sandwiches. There was syrup sandwiches.
Right.
There was nothing to eat. The lights was off. Things of that nature.
Yeah,
that was experiences for a lot of people, especially dudes that was growing up around my way, which was a small area. But it was experiencing some type of poverty. So that's what drove us to, basically doing what we was doing. So most people, when you go down, you run into people from where he's from, Jersey City and North, they definitely feel like,
that's a fact though.
Right, But at the same time, then you start to get to experience. And really though, it comes from the fact that maybe a couple dudes from Linden go to prison, they come home, right? They've been influenced by people from Jersey City. Patterson, whatever, and they bring that Elizabeth.
Right.
So that's we get that understanding of it, and you get somebody that come home that went down prison, and now they bring that influence, and now that's how all of that thing start to spread.
That's how that shit spread. Niggas come home back to their towns because I'm like, on my bed, I'm like, you from where? You from Freehold? I mean, niggas from Freehold. Like, I remember the first time I heard somebody say he's like, I'm from Millville. I said, what the? That's in New Jersey?
That's way south.
That's super south, but you don't hear about these. I remember not even so far away. I remember when I first heard about Plainfield. I'm like, Plainfield? I'm thinking, what the fuck? That shit is not. And then you go out there and that same experience, you're like, oh, it's niggas out here. These niggas really, you know what I'm saying? And you go to the prison system, you're like, oh, it's some real thorough ass niggas from Plainfield. Like, you see these little towns and they really they putting on too. Like, it's crazy.
It's just, it is, man. They just show you the black struggle the same everywhere you go.
Absolutely.
That's a fact.
That's all they show you, everything. But coming up, you would think, I knew somebody lived right on that block where the Chicken Shack was at, because it's something else now. I forgot the name of it now. There's something else on that corner, and that Popeyes right there.
Yeah. Well, it's another food store.
Food store, right. I knew somebody that lived on that block further down.
Yeah.
And coming out, I'm like, man, it's like 8 niggas over here.
No, I'm
Another
talking about
5,
Chandler.
6. Another 5, 6
Yeah,
over
talking about
here.
Chandler. Shout out to the Chandler niggas.
And then he was telling me he got shot out there, and I'm like, damn, it's again every hood the same, I guess, man. You know what I'm saying? So you caught your first bid at how old?
At like, I was probably like 15.
15?
Yeah, I did a little juvenile time. It was like maybe like 3 months.
Okay.
Then my first adult bid, I was at 21 years old, I believe.
Oh, okay. So you lasted from 15 to 21.
Yeah.
And how long did you get off of that one?
I did 3.5.
3.5.
I did 3 behind the wall, then I did the other 6 months and a half at house.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how long were you home before you?
I
Hope it was longer than 48 days.
Yeah, it was 18 months actually. According to statistics, I probably was doing good, right?
Right,
like,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it was 18 months before I quit the 20.
Okay. So 2 bids, like technically 2
Back
bids.
to back.
Wow. Man, and then they hit you with a 20?
No.
Can you talk about what the charge was?
The case was, it was led to, again, being part of, you know what I'm saying, being part of the gang culture actually came to Linden. My man came home from GU, right? He was GKB.
Okay.
You know, he came home and turned over us GKB. He came home from the gang unit. He used to call me and everything from the gang unit. So he came home and turned GKB. And what happened was, you know, like he was already my man.
Right,
so
right.
it was like, well, you know, listen, you doing that. If you're doing that, then I might as well be doing that just because you're my man. It's not gonna be this no like I'm not gonna do nothing because you that now. So listen, I might as well do it exactly what it is as well. So once we turned GKB, he got something happened to him. And of course, it was, you know, no question there's got to be some get back.
Right.
Once the get back happened, that's how we got the 20
You
years.
got hit.
Yeah.
Okay. So in court, what goes through your mind when they're telling you 20 years and you say what, 21?
Yeah.
So what goes through your mind at 21? Like they talking about half your life.
That's a very good question. I'm gonna be honest with you. When they gave me that time, actually gave me a 26 with 19 years and 8 months. So I had the 26 as the back number.
Okay.
First, when they gave that time to me, I ain't gonna lie, I got dizzy. He said it, I got dizzy. What? 26 years? So,
Right.
And then anger took over, and then I spit in the courtroom. And so now, just completely frustrated. Now it's like, my thoughts is, you know what? I'm about to basically go down and do everything I need to do,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, to become that nigga. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So it wasn't no, like Z said, in the beginning, it wasn't no, you know, I got to change mindset. It was like, nah, I'm about to dive deep, you know what I'm saying, head first into this thing and make it happen. And that's what basically was taking place for the first part of the bid that I did, probably the first 10 years. And that kept me so busy, right, that I didn't even realize I looked up and 10 years had passed by.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so there was no changing my thoughts at that time. It was just like, all right, do what you need to do. And basically, when you get down and you run into some old heads, right, the ones that's not goofy on no bullshit, you start to see like, how much time you got in? Like, I got 20 in. I'm like, oh, I can do that.
Right.
He survived, I can do that. Because he got 20 in right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Basically, his bid that he got in right now would be me going home. You know what I mean? So you start to run into those type of old heads, and you start to realize like, all right, this is something else that I'm gonna have to bear, that I'm gonna have to overcome. Right? So that's the mindset that you begin to have when you get sentenced to those type of numbers, and you start to realize like, nigga, you ain't go home. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you just begin to adjust. It's amazing to what, like the type of, with the human body, with the mind can, basically bear during the course of learning that you got to do damn near 20 years.
For real.
Right.
For real. That's a fact, because when I did my Annadale bid, which was 8 months between me doing that Annadale bid and catching that 2085, I remember one of the brothers, he had 5 step before a gun charge. I'm like, you got a 5 step? You got to do the whole 5? It just sounded crazy to me. But then 8 months later, fast forward, I got sentenced in 08, so I came home and said, I got a 20. And I'm just like, I just took that on it hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, like, you feel that shit. Like, my mom's crying in the courtroom. Like, I'm thinking about, like, damn, I'm about to do a dub. Like, And they give you your date. You learn your date immediately. So I come home, I get down. It's October 06. My date, July 2024. That's 16 years away. I got 2 years, and I'm like, damn. So you know what I'm saying? But it's the mind. What the mind can adjust to. Just a few years ago, I used to look at a 5 like I can't do no 5. That's crazy.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's nuts. I remember being a juvenile. I remember being in lockup, right? And my man, like, yo, my brother just got a year in the box. I'm in this bitch for 3 days bleeding. I'm like, yo, they gotta let me. That nigga got a year in the box, and then I ended up doing almost 2 years. My man, I don't even want to talk about the time he did it.
How long you did?
Listen, he did. I mean, he don't really want to. I ain't gonna say he don't want to talk about it, but man, my man journey serious. Man, this shit was critical.
I did home, but did it. It was a part that I got sent to the gang unit as soon as I got down in prison. Again, because the mindset was that I'm about to die.
They sent you to Northern?
Yeah, they sent me to Northern. So it was 2 parts, right?
Right.
One part was the asset part, and the other part was the program part, where they try to basically program you out of the gang. So the first part that I went to was the asset part. And I tell you, that is the most tormenting type of environment that you can be in. It really is, because you in a room when there's no electronics, there's no TV, there's no radio, there's nothing. The plugs on the wall is covered up so that you can't use no type of appliance.
Right.
And you come out every 3 days, you shower for maybe 15 minutes, you get the phone, and you get the yard for maybe 15 minutes. But the yard was a cage. Yard was about the size of this rug right here on the floor, a cage that you would go into. And basically, that was the life for about 4 years.
4 years.
4 years. I seen when I was there, I seen a lot of mental that you thought was mentally tough, but wound up breaking. I'm talking about dudes come out, they wiping shit all on themselves, they diving head first down the stairs to try to get out themselves. They set themselves on fire and everything. I seen dudes set himself on fire. He was like a cell away from my cell's right here. His cell was right here. He set himself on fire to get out the cell. What they did was they took him to the emergency room, patched him up, and put him right back in that cell.
Put him right back.
They never took his stuff out of burnt mat and everything. Left all of that in there, put him right back in there. So I did that for 4 years, and then I went to the program part, and then I was able to sit back to the population. So I put together. I did 4 years in that situation, then maybe another 6 months in the program part.
Right,
so,
right.
Like 4.5 years.
Damn, 4 years. God damn. Now, when they send you for to try to get you out the game, do that shit typically work for people?
No.
Niggas just fake it to make it to get out of the program.
Nah, that ain't working. I don't know that shit ain't working at all.
I don't even know why they waste their time with that one.
I mean, they closed that. They closed that.
Okay.
Yeah, they closed that because they found out it was such a torment that they had to do, and it was have such a detrimental effect on the mind of a person that they had to get away. They had to do away with it. But that was rough. Though. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was a rough part of jail, but
right.
You adjust to it.
I always wondered how people maintain their sanity. When you hear these stories sitting in a box for 4 fucking years, or I remember interviewing a dude, I think he said he did out of his whole bid 7. Just how do you maintain your mind to where you don't do that shit, burning yourself and head first down steps and shitting and
sipping on the whole.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I can't even explain that shit. You might really lose your shit for a little while.
Right.
You might really just melt into the environment. You just blend into that shit and you go numb to that shit. It's you become desensitized to what's going on. It just become routine.
Yeah.
And just some people make it out, some people don't. I know dude, right? I remember I don't know if you remember from Connecticut, he came down Broadway. He did 10 years in the box. We used to be outside working out. I'm a dog. They call it dog in the rain, snow. And I used to see this dude just walking. He don't work out. He be out there. It's cold. I just asked him one day, bro. I'm like, yo, why you be out here everybody else out here working out? He's like, bro, I just got out of lockup for 10 years straight. I said, all right, you ain't got to say no more. 10 years straight. He's like, man, I'm enjoying every bit of this shit. That shit is crazy. The stuff, they changing them laws now. You can't, they not allowing that no more. But that shit back in the day used to be treacherous.
It's like Z said though, you get a routine.
Yeah.
That's probably the most healthiest thing that you can do while you're away. Is you get a routine, right? whether it's a workout routine or getting up and you reading, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Doing those type of things. Like some type of routine keeps you going. You know?
Right.
And if you don't got no routine, if you just like waking up and you ain't doing nothing, yeah, that shit gonna start to get to you. But if you create a routine for yourself, you know, it kind of basically takes the time away. It basically gives you the time to you start allocating certain things to certain time. Like, all right, I'm gonna work out for you know, in 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read for 2 hours. Boom, I'm gonna sleep. Then I'm gonna get up and eat.
Then
So it's all
gonna be
regimen.
time of
You know what I
day.
mean? So it's
Break,
all
like
regimen.
like I told you before, I used to when I did the interview with you, I broke my big down in segments from the months to the year. Like you know, football season take
Yes,
up a chunk
absolutely.
of the year. So it's segments. It's the same thing with the day. I remember when I was in Northern Aztec, I used to break day every night. I had the phone. You know, it was a little. That was the wave back then. I had the phone, so I used to stay up all night. I sleep first shift away, and you get up before second shift because that's when he really used to blitz. So stay up for a little bit of second shift, take a nap, wake up again. It's time to go back and get on the phone all night. So you just break your stuff down, and it just next thing you know, like he said, you're like, damn, hold up. I'm like, didn't the Patriots didn't that nigga just throw that interception to when he should have handed the ball to Marshall? Nah, that was like 5 Super Bowls ago. Like, damn, hold up, time slip away. So you just time will slip away from you. You know what I mean? You got a good routine.
Right.
Yeah, you hit, like I say, you hit patches. You hit rough patches. Sometimes it slow down. Sometimes you be like, damn, this shit. You know what I mean? And it be a lot of ups and downs, but the brotherhood, that shit helped a lot too. Just building with brothers, meeting people from other towns, and like that shit helped motivate in a way too. Like I'm like, damn, because you see brothers coming in, like, damn, you was out there, and then you seeing stuff that's going on, like they showing you pictures, you like, damn, why? That's a little motivation. Like, damn, you gotta do that stretch, but I'm like, damn, I want to be getting money like this or doing things. That's how. The whole time I was doing my bid, like not the whole time, but when I started really focusing and paying attention what I needed to do, like I'm thinking about being a business owner. I'm thinking about being a college graduate. I'm thinking about positive stuff that I'm doing now that I'm putting into play now that I was thinking about. You know what I mean? And conversations that we was in jail. We cool, like he said, we worked out, we didn't play ball, laugh, joke, kick it. You know what I'm saying? But nobody would have ever thought that we would have linked up and had a business together out here. Now they would have think like he had closer companions inside and, as well as I did. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, like we was in a halfway house together. He seen how I was hustling. I was selling coffee. I'm selling phones. I'm selling candy. I had the food store. Like niggas like, damn, I didn't know you was a hustler like this. I'm like, yo, I'm from Stagnant Ocean. Nigga, this will be. I'm a hustler. Like So he see my grind. You know what I'm saying? Then I know this nigga. He's smart. He intelligent. We was in school together. He speak well. He about his business. He know how to focus. He just graduated a business degree from Rutgers. Like so, I'm like, yo, I know, bro. Like, and it just like organically happened. Like he helped me set up the LLC at first. Like I was gonna do it on my own, and then it's like we separated. He went home. I went home. And then I don't even know how we end up linking back up. Like where I just came down, I bumped into him, and I was like, we was talking about what we was gonna do. And he was like, yo, I know you helped you set up the LLC before. Like I was just talking about doing that shit. I'm like, man, we might as well get together and do that and feed off each other. He like, you know what I'm saying? Like we did that shit.
But sometimes it's not the obvious who you think it would be, right? You connect with somebody on a different level, right? Because we all got friends where like these friends is for this, these friends is for that, these friends is for that. And a lot of times I don't mix and mingle. If I'm just going to enjoy myself, I'm going with these friends. Going to watch sports or hang out in a bar or some shit, I'm going to hang out with a particular type of dudes. And if I'm just chilling, there's only particular people that can come to the crib. So a lot of times it's not always the obvious. It takes something different. Like your mentality on business, the same thing. So, oh shit, you with this, what I'm with.
And we completely different. Like my personality and his personality, like we so different, but it worked. You know what I mean? The work ethic, you know what I'm saying? He put a lot of work in. Like I ain't gonna front, bro. Like, cause I was sitting on it. You know what I'm saying? But then when we started linking together, like you know, we complement each other in a great way. You know what I'm saying? And we both understand that it's a process. Like, we ain't thirsty. Like, oh man, ain't no money. You know what I mean? I want my money up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we know we got to build that shit together. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't thirsty chasing no money. We chasing the money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we ain't like thirsty. Like, yo, I need money right now. I need that money to come back. Like, so we know we got to play the long game. We playing chess right now.
I think the bond created over a struggle. You know what I'm saying? We both understand struggle. So when we put a business plan together, we put this business idea together, it was like, all right, boom, like we've all been struggling because we was down together. Right. So we understand that struggle. We understand not to have, you know what I'm saying, and to have a little bit. So you know that you gotta sacrifice, right? So you know what I'm saying? And we both understand that. So therefore, like when we come with the business idea and what we're trying to do, it's not based off of no greed, right? Because we understand, like, all right, you know, we're gonna have to sacrifice in the very beginning. This is why we both want to keep our jobs, we're gonna work, and we just gonna figure this thing out. We're gonna grind this way. You know what I'm saying? Until we get to a point that, okay, where we're comfortable to now, you know, then start to actually allocate some money for ourselves and everything.
Right.
But, you know, well, listen, anybody that tell you that, you know, that having a business is gonna be easy. Listen, I'm gonna let niggas who's coming home now. I'm gonna let y'all know that shit is not gonna be easy. But we're gonna have to put that work in. You gotta figure that shit out. Oh yeah, all the little
shit you see on Instagram. Oh, you can make $1,000.
That shit is a lot. You're gonna have to grind. No,
you can get there.
And I know you can attest to that too.
You can get there.
I've been doing this. It'll be 4 years in January. Be 4 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? January be 4 years, and for me though, I didn't. Like, I knew nothing would come right away, but after a while, it's like I do this shit for the love, for help people tell their stories and to maybe save somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you never know who might be going through some shit you went through already, or just see your story. Because I remember going to the reentry program one day, and I'm just sitting in there, and there was a dude in there who saw me interview Al Tariq.
Yeah.
And because we mentioned the address and everything, that's what made him come there. I was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like I accomplished something.
Oh, man.
Yeah, go ahead. But that's it, man. Like, and again, when you have somebody that can take care of some of the things you can do, like, well, like, all right, you do this part, I'll handle this. I'll handle that, you handle that. That's fucking beautiful. You know what I'm saying? When you got somebody that can help you out, man. And when you can find a genuine person, period, that shit dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. It's like, it's hard to find those, man. They few and far between, man. I be telling people, man, they like that when you find somebody that's watered down, you like to say real. I'm like, no, I'm a real nigga. I'm a genuine, I'm authentic, man. Like, I don't gotta keep saying that shit.
Real nigga ain't got it. Real nigga ain't gotta tell you
shit happens organically.
Right.
I ain't seek that nigga out.
Right.
It just happens
organically.
All the people that I deal with to this day that I met in prison, like, they'll link up and try to be. It just happened organically because they see your character, you stand out. Because most people is just like, they just existing. The people that's really doing something or really stand for something, you can see it.
Yeah, you can
their character, the way they carry themselves, the respect they got for themselves.
Right.
So that causes other people to respect you. If I don't respect myself, ain't nobody gonna respect me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just levels, man. You know,
definitely.
I got love, like I said before, I got love for my people from back in the day, but I don't know y'all no more. I was in a struggle with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? we was in the thing, you know what I'm saying? And we prevailed from that together. So, you know, that's why our bond could be what it is.
Right.
And,
like you said, like being away 16 years from your town, motherfuckers change in 6 months, let alone a year, right? So let alone 16, you going in, you still young, pretty much young going in. People maturity level is crazy. Fucking, you know what I'm saying? You don't, and I agree, thinking like when you think like, oh, I used to go to school with him. That nigga ain't the same nigga he was at 14.
Not at all.
16, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the age, man.
I don't know, I don't know these guys no more. If I know these guys, I could vouch for his character. I can't. I ain't seen you in 20 years.
Right.
So, yeah.
So, tell people like you get sentenced and everything. Now you got to get on that bus ride.
Bus ride, man, that shit. That's oh, yo. Every level of that shit is like psychological warfare.
The bus ride.
I'm talking about just the different transitions that you going to
Okay.
jail and you going to prison. You going to the county jail, the back and forth to court. You go to court and then you get there, you get a postpone. You got to go back to the county, go back to court. They wake you up. This was back. I don't know how it is exactly right now. But
Yeah.
They wake you up 3 in the morning. What you waking me up 3 in the morning? I got court.
Get ready for court?
Yeah, you wake me up 3 in the morning. I go sit in the bullpen for 5 hours. Get on the bus. Everybody on the bus handcuffed. Go in the courtroom. Now you're going downstate. It's the same thing. You're going downstate and you on that bus like it's dark. It's a cage. It's a bunch of niggas. The seat's hard as hell. It's that same bus that I ain't never ride a school bus, but it's the same school bus, a Bluebird.
Yeah, the
it's
Bluebird.
It's just on restrictive mode now.
Right.
The windows is black. You don't know where you at. You done lost track of time. You're like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of uncertainty, you know what I'm saying? You on the bus, you thinking about shit like, damn, once I get to this prison, who gonna be there? Niggas I'm beefing with? Is the police coming with? You know what I'm saying? It's just mad levels of uncertainty that you thinking about when you on that bus ride.
Right.
So
You was talking about the bus ride when you get your time.
Yeah.
And now you gotta hop on that bus to go down.
Yeah.
What was that feeling like for you?
Probably like the first time. Again, people around my way had already went down, so they kind of give you know what I'm saying, they kind of let you know what's going to take place.
Okay.
Right? You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest stories that was told to me the first time I was going down to Annandale, my man had came home, he told me, he's like, yo, when you get to Craft, don't play around with the police down there on Craft, because they will fuck you up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And sure enough, one of the dudes that was handcuffed with us, he said so smart to the motherfucker, one of the cops, this nigga put him in the chokehold so fast. Like, I'm looking at it and listen, it happened so fast that you didn't even realize like this nigga had this nigga in the chokehold.
Right.
But yeah, so on that bus, I kind of, you kind of expect, you kind of know what's going to take place, right? Because like I said, people that was going down from around the way, they tell you like, all right, like once they learn where you're going down. And I was like, well, that's just sweet. Like, you're going to be good. You know what I'm saying? Just motherfucker, make sure you try to get your status, so forth and so on.
Right.
So, but the ride down was like, okay, my thoughts was, I'm not far from home. My baby mother could come see me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I can still get visits and so forth and so on.
Right.
So that was my thought that time. This time when I got to 20, my thoughts was basically, okay, all right, you got the 20, but I'm going to Rollway.
Right.
This is the first time I went to Rollway.
Okay.
So I'm going to Rollway. Again, I'm close to home, so that shit is right there. Like I know that I can still be in touch with my people and so forth and so on. And I'm hearing, niggas is down there fucking with bitches, you know what I'm saying? On the visits, your girl come over and get some pussy. So that was the things that was on my mind at the time.
Right.
Like, I'm trying to make sure I can land somewhere good. Or I can go get me some pussy on a visit.
Right.
So forth and so on, Like, that was my thoughts though.
Right. Did anybody tell you what it was? Like he said?
I mean, like I said, I've been down multiple times.
Right.
So you do have that familiarity. Like I've been in Craft. I've been in Craft 4 different times. Like I've been in Craft 4 different times. So the first time I got the stories, oh yeah, they go. So now I'm like, damn, why you? But then the second time I'm in Craft, I'm like, I'm a little bit more comfortable. By the time my third time I'm in there, I'm walking out, oh, man, this shit ain't about nothing. You know what I'm saying? I know how to move. The police ain't fuck with me. You go see them nurse bitches, they bad as hell. Little rat Trenton bitches. But I was talking about, even though the familiarity of being on that bus, it's still the unfamiliar feeling of where you going, who gonna beat it. Like, like, you done did shit to niggas, people. So you get down, you like damn, oh son, is this nigga not jail? You know what I'm saying? You don't know. That's all I'm talking about, uncertainty or how the police gonna be coming. You gotta deal with goofy niggas. Or you come out like, I know when they sent me down the road, the thing I was thinking about, like, is they gonna try to put me in a room. Like, damn, I hope they don't try to put me. Then I just got out of the lockup. I just did 18 months in the box. I gotta refuse, go right back to lockup. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't wanna deal with none of that shit. So that's what was on my mind.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That shit crazy. I remember one dude I interviewed like around when I first started. He said he got put in a box because he said he came from like from the gym or something. And he get in there and said his bunkie in there jerking off to one of his family pictures or some crazy shit.
Weird
Like,
niggas is super weirdo.
like how you take somebody else shit and
That's another, like, yo, I had so many different bunkies. Broadway is one of the spots that you get to have that got 2 units that got single cells, so you be in a room by yourself. Okay. I be hearing dudes say, oh, I need somebody in the room, I need somebody to talk to. Both of them units got bars. If I want to talk to this nigga and I'm on a tier, I'm like, yo,
talk to this nigga, right?
And then motherfuckers come to the bar. If I need to talk to somebody might be on the catwalk or something. Yo, come here, bro. Let me holler at you. Man, I would never volunteer to be in a room. That shit is horrible, bro. Because you don't know who you. One day, right? I got out of lockup. This when the nigga Jules got me locked up. Said I spit on him. So, I went to the phone, right? I shoot to the phone real quick. They shut my PIN number off because I had all cell phones. You couldn't call cell phones back then. I had all cell phone numbers. They shut my shit off. I get right back to the cell. Weird ass bunkie. I had hella oils. I had hella Muslim oils. This nigga tapping one of my bottles of Muslim oil. I get to the door. I'm like, this nigga, because he had some blue shit. I had some blue shit. He had a little bottle. I had like 30 bottles of big bottles of oil. I'm like, I get in the room. I'm like, nigga, you could have asked me for that shit. I'd have gave you that shit. You want to be on some sneak thieving shit? I'm like, I'm like, yo, I'm trying to be easy. I'm like, bro, like, he's like, yo, I'm gonna pay you for. I'm like, man, fuck all that shit, bro. Don't touch my shit now. And I'm feeding you. You some broke nigga. I got mad shit. I'm like, yo, you don't know who you're gonna get in the room with. That shit is that shit all on all levels. That shit ass, yo. You in the, especially now, you in the streets now. Bro, can that shit. Yo, you going to room, these niggas smoking K2. That shit got the jails on a chokehold, bro. They can't stop that shit. You can't even get mail no more. That shit still coming in.
I heard they take photocopies.
They said you gotta, if I write a nigga in jail, like a physical letter, I gotta send that shit to Las Vegas.
Vegas?
A nigga could be in, a nigga could be in New Jersey, Northern State Prison. I gotta send that shit to Las Vegas. And they still can't stop that shit.
That shit go to Vegas.
And they photocopy that shit of some shit in Vegas.
They said your birthday cards, whatever I heard, they photocopy.
You can't get no mail.
No physical.
Only mail you can get is a discovery or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But that shit still coming into jail. You know, niggas, there's money involved. Motherfuckers gonna bring that shit.
I heard
but that shit got niggas really losing their mind.
Yeah.
I've never seen such a thing in my life. I'm from Jersey. Niggas smoke the water.
Yeah.
I seen shit, but I've never seen nothing like that. That shit is like dip, coke, dope. I done seen all different levels of reactions. Niggas spinning on the floor, throwing up. Niggas, like, that shit is weird as hell. Then they giving niggas some box, and they give, like, the jail. That's just like, they got niggas on the side. I remember when that program first came out, because the opioid addiction shit out here. It was all white boys, bikers.
Yeah, of course.
Now I transited. I went to another prison to get to a lower security level to get to the camp, so I get to the halfway house. I see mad young black niggas. I'm like, yo, y'all niggas dope ass. They're like, nah, you know, that shit like taking the Roxy and shit. I'm like, y'all niggas. I said, back in the day, all y'all niggas gangbang. I said, yo, y'all niggas would have been fooled. Y'all niggas would have been getting tossed up, stabbed up in the yard. I said, yo, the jail system, that shit is
never cool to be a fiend, man. It was never cool to be a fiend.
That shit is trendy. That shit is that shit is, yo, it's cool to be a fiend now.
And that shit say not for human consumption.
Yeah, they still like, that's a different, I don't know, that's a different.
I know. My man, when he came home, he was fucking with that shit, and he said what made him stop is he said his bathroom turned into a cartoon.
Yo. I used to be so zero because when I left Broadway and went down Bayside, I went to Leesburg, New Jersey. I used to be so zero tolerance with that. So I used to be like, yo, you smoke cat, nigga, come on, because it's so much. Like, Broadway is more stable. Niggas come in, they got mad time. They ain't really going nowhere. Niggas go to lock up. You don't see a bunch of niggas go home too often. Niggas go home, but not, you know what I'm saying? You go to Bayside, it's a lower level security. Niggas is leaving every day. So you might get a bunkie. You might get 2-3 bunkies in a month. So niggas coming home, I'm like, yo, you smoke K? Niggas, I'm coming, I used to be baiting niggas. Like, yo, what's good, bro? Like, my name is Azeez. Yo, you smoke? Like, yeah, nah, I don't. Yo, like, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what you do. You take that shit out the room. Don't smoke that shit in here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We be like, bro, I'm telling you, if you smoke that shit, you trip out in here, I might just have to do you in here. I don't want no problems. trying to get out of here. I got this in. I'm trying to go here. Do that shit on your own time, bro. That shit niggas be wilding, biting they bunkies, do there's all types of crazy shit niggas be doing, yo. I'm not smoking that shit.
So what, like, and I know y'all said, when do, like, we're both having a dub, basically. When do you, like, when you get there, do you turn it around, like, okay, I got this much time left, I need to, like, straighten up and
depending on the individual, some niggas never turn it around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It depends on the mentality of the individual. It took me, like he said, he realized he had 10 years in at the time, but his journey was a little bit more rocky than mine.
Right.
GU, that shit was super volatile. I ain't making it to GU, but I was that young nigga. I wanted to go. I was trying to go to GU, gang banging too, super. I wanted to. It just like being that I wanted to go so much, they wouldn't send me. Like, nah, this nigga want to go. Nah,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So once I got the raw way, once I got out of them youth corrections, Annandale, well, not Annandale on this bit, my last bit, Boardtown, Yardville. I went to Northern State. Northern State is an extension of a youth correctional facility. It's older niggas, but niggas still acting young, wilding, gang banging, stupid shit. When I went to Broadway, my first few years in Broadway, I was like, still doing the same shit, but it's so laid back. You know what I'm saying? You get to really, you get to really chill. You get away from that volatile environment. You get to chill, kick back, and start really kicking it and learning old head niggas in the law library, the Muslim brothers. You start to be around real positive people.
Yeah.
So that's when I really started transitioning. It took me about maybe 6 or 7 years to really had an epiphany moment, like, wow, I gotta do something different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it took me like 7 years.
7?
Yeah, because my first 5, 6, I was doing the same shit back and forth. You know, we call it going to jail. You know, you go to lockup, that's going to jail. I'm going to jail on the streets and I'm going to jail in the jail. So back and forth. For real, back and forth. It's, you know, my mother asked me when I got to Broadway, that was the stop. That was the last time. I got out. My mother said, all right, can you please stay out of lockup? I ain't hugged my mother for almost 3 years. And she was like, yo, can you please? I had to wait 6 months to get my visit. I lost my visits for a year. So by the time I got to Broadway, it took me, so I had to take a program. I got my visits back. I got to give my mother a hug. And she just asked me.
So you had to take a program to get your visits back.
Oh yeah, that's what they do. I got caught with the phone. I mean, I said, they know I didn't get it from a visit.
Right.
They know them police was bringing that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, at that time. So I ain't get it from a visit. Why you take my visits from me? But that's how they do. So I had to wait a year. Then I had to take the program just to get my visits back. They do that same shit with them niggas. You smoke bud, you get dirty urine. Same shit. You got to take a drug program to get your visits back. So my mind's like, you know what I'm saying? It's already hard enough not being able to have you out here, but then I can't see you at the same time. Like, so she asked me to chill, so I chilled. I stopped going to lockup and shit. You know, I ain't stopped doing shit to go to lockup, but I just was being more tactful with it.
My transition came when I got the raw way, right? Like you said, being around older dudes, right? It was just one older dude. This nigga had like a library in his cell, right? Minister, he had like a library in his cell.
You said his name was what?
Minister.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so you think that, you know, some religious things, but he was just like, he was just a learned dude, you know what I'm saying? He was just, he basically became, like, he taught himself everything from the books that he was buying and the books that he had in his cell. So he had like a library in his cell. And he used to come and be like, yo, why don't you read this book? Like, I'm not reading that. I want to watch Love and Hip Hop. I want to watch every single episode I can of Love and Hip Hop. What are you talking about? Read the book. What? You're out your mind?
Right.
So we're talking. And I appreciate, bro, because he was, even though, you know, he wasn't on me, but he was, I go by himself, he come by, going to my cell, he's like, oh, did you check out that book? I'm like, nah, man, I get to you. And, you know, one day he was like, just check out the book, man. So again, you like Z said, you had your ups and downs in it. So sometimes the TV ain't doing it. Right. So, you know, the TV ain't doing it, you grab the book. I grabbed the book, and that became like, you know, it became like wings. Okay. Once you start reading, your eyes begin to open. And you start seeing things differently, right? You start to see that the world is much bigger than my little ass hood. You know what I'm saying? And it's much more than just being able to, you know, just be in your little area. Like the world is huge, right? It's funny as hell. It took for me to be in a cage to realize that the world was huge. When I was out here, my life consisted of maybe 2 towns, 3 towns, Elizabeth, Newark, and Linden. You know what I'm saying? That was it. Like I traveled nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? Then once I got locked up and then started reading, started saying that, this world is bigger than a motherfucker. What the fuck am I just limiting myself to this little ass area for? Just being stuck. So that was roughly around, like I said, maybe that was after I came out of the gang unit. So that was basically like maybe 10, 11 years in. And then that's, and he used to have a saying to me. He's like, once you put your feet on the path, stay true to it and stay true to you.
Right.
Sure enough. So I put my feet on the path, on a little different path. And it began to be true to me, like getting opportunities. So I joined the educational program. Once I joined the educational program, it was like, like a little, even in a small world of a prison, right? Instead of making $1.30 cleaning showers, now I'm in school helping teaching dudes how to read. And also now I'm surrounded by women because there's nothing but women up in the school, right? So that's just, it's just broadening your horizon a little bit as you begin to open your eyes, you begin to remove the veil off your eyes and see what it's actually hitting for. And once that started happening, then it was just like, all right, now I'm taking public speaking classes. Now I'm giving speeches in front of like maybe 200 prisoners.
Okay.
And then, which came to pay dividends. That was another thing that we used to always talk about. You say, look, the things that you're doing now is going to pay dividends on the outside. Sure enough, being able to go through that transition and be able to take public speaking classes. Once I was in the halfway house, mind you, I'm fresh off a 20-year bid, but I'm on Rutgers campus and I'm giving a speech in front of some hosts, some dudes from the Sudan of Africa who turned out to be millionaires, right? Okay. Turned out to be millionaires because it was a job that I was working. So in that speech that I gave, actually led to me getting another job when I started consulting for the Small Business Development Center. So they had a program where basically we came home from prison, and this is how me and bro really linked, right? Because I was a consultant for the Small Business Development Center, and they were saying, well, people that's coming from prison, if they got a business idea, we want you to link them with us. You know what I'm saying? To help hash their business idea out of their head, link us and connect them to the program. Right. So so that's how I was able to get that job, and that job led to, the opportunity now that I'm working in City Hall in the economic department, for the city of Newark. But again, there's so that just goes back to the saying I was saying. It's basically you put your feet on that path, you stay true to that shit. Right. I mean, it'll stay true to you. Like, we so loyal to certain things that, certain things that are detrimental to us, but the things that benefit us, we're not loyal to, right? We don't have the fortitude to stick through that shit. Like, we just bend off. We're like a leaf blowing in the wind. We just have to gravitate to anything that come about. So, but that's the thing, though, right? What you do, you take some of the discipline that you incorporated in prison. You take that, you bring that out here. Let's not get it fucked up, right? The discipline that dudes incorporate while in prison, you come out here, it's different. We are way hungrier than the people that have been out here for years, right? That's why our drive is so much more than this, because we understand the importance of time. We understand that basically we're not trying to waste any time. And this is why we have the mentality of we want things done overnight. Like when we come home, we usually want things, why did this happen so fast? Because we have that drive. We understand the importance of time. Right. So, but to keep that drive, though, right? We just be aware of what you are being loyal to. Make sure you're loyal to something that's going to benefit you and your peoples, and not, benefit that's something that's going to lead you to basically landing where you rate where you was at before, or even something worse.
Right. That conversation too, man, about the discipline, the level of discipline, that it definitely backslides a little bit when you get out here, because the workouts they become a little bit less frequent. You know what I mean? Just because of life, time. You got real life now. You know what I'm saying? You got a little bit more time, a little bit more idle time aside. So now you got bills to worry about. You got relationships with family and females, and just, it ain't enough hours in the day. And sometimes, we had this conversation. I'm like, bro, we got to find that discipline. We know how to be disciplined like that. We got to lock back in. I get up, that's a few things that became, like I said, that routine in jail that I implement in my life out here still. Like, I get up early. I wake up early. I go to sleep early. So I get my day started early. I like to work out early. That should give me energy for the day. Right. You know what I mean? And I know, like, I grind, like my grind, like with the business or just even in my regular work life. Like people call me in. You know what I'm saying? They be like, niggas, they be asking me why I work so much. They be like, why you work so much? Like you need a day off. You need time to rest. I say, yo, I just rested for 18 years, first of all. And then at the same time, I said, I was in the streets, it wasn't no days off. I was outside 7 days a week. I used to go to the block for hours, 10 hours. And I can't, I'm gonna lay in the house. I can't go on the block today. I need a day off. So I got that same mentality. And I always told myself, if I could put that same energy into some positive shit that I was putting in the streets, I'm not gonna be stopped. Right. I'm a hustler. I'm a grinder that send me like, so I work hard. I enjoy that shit. I mean, you know, sometimes I hate my motherfucking co-workers and, you know, dealing with people, but I feel good to go I make a couple of dollars. I feel like I'm in a safe environment. I ain't got to worry about nobody taking my money and I'm getting paid for doing, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got to worry about getting locked up, the police messing with me, jack boys, or none of that weird shit. My man snaking me, and it's comfortable. I get a level, it's fulfilling, you know what I mean? And do something better, do something positive, you know what I'm saying? And it pays off, you know what I mean? I love that shit.
But that, like I said, that discipline that we talk about, that's incorporated while we're in prison, that's what got us to the point where we started business, not even being home 2 years, right? You know what I'm saying? We have so many people that's been home for years and can't start a business, right? You know what I mean? So that's part of that discipline that get us to that point. And like I said, that's the thing that you take away from that. That's the thing that you take from being behind the wall, is you incorporate that discipline, you bring that thing out here, right? And one of the things, and I'm gonna share this real quick, brief story. One of the things that I took from while I was away, right? Once I started putting my mind in a different place, I used to get the Wall Street Journal, right? I used to study the Wall Street Journal. This is how I learned a lot about business. Like I would read every single thing that I could about business, right? And I'll never forget, I was reading a story about the CEO of Dr. Pepper, right? He had something called rapid continuous improvement. It's basically a Japanese term, right? I forget the Japanese term for it, but it's derived from Japanese culture. And what happened was that the CEO of Dr. Pepper would get with all the managers from each one of the facilities around America, right? And they would go on a retreat, and they would basically walk through each part of, from the time that the syrup arrives at the facility, all the way until it's basically bottled up and shipped out, right? And what they would do, they would eliminate some type of waste so they can basically save money in some type of way. Okay. So I incorporated that in my life. So each and every day that I get up, I try to eliminate some form of waste. Where, you know what I'm saying? And I fall short, but you try to eliminate some form of waste so you can incorporate something that you can do better, right? So I take that and apply that shit to my life. That's the same thing. The things that you learn while you're in there, you know what I'm saying? When you set your mind on a different path, you take those things and you apply those things, man. And you come out here and basically, listen, make that journey a little bit easier. You know what I mean?
Educate yourself.
And it also is easy when y'all don't make excuses, because y'all don't seem like y'all make excuses at all for whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no excuse now, because there's more opportunity for people that was, you know, formerly incarcerated type of shit, man. Like, you had like Al Tariq, a house homeowner, and right, like different shit, man. Sharuka working where he working at, like, so it's different things you can do now. And when people can be down 35 and 20 and 50 and whatever amount of years and can still come home and do something, there's no excuse for nobody.
No, exactly. You create no excuses for yourself at all, man. It's just a drive. It's just a drive to get up every day and look at shit like, you know what I'm saying? And stop thinking, woe is me. Like, you know, I can't do this, I can't do that, right? Like, listen, each one of us, you know, both of us, we put our feet on a different path. You know what I'm saying? Shit ain't easy. Shit don't get me fucked up. Like, shit is not easy. Like, but each and every day, like you talk about, you get up and, you know what I'm saying, grind, make sure the nigga work a lot. I'm talking about a lot. Like, and then, you know what I'm saying, also find time to hit the gym, you know what I'm saying? Keep that form of discipline, but that keeps him grounded, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's the same thing where, you know, the same thing with me. I get up and work, you know what I'm saying, 9 to 5 every day and deal with the day-to-day shit of the business. You know what I mean? And basically try to get to the gym as much as I can and deal with the relationships outside of, you know what I'm saying? Work with your girl and all of that shit. But those are the things, though. I mean, those are the things, that's just real life shit that you just got to deal with, you know? It's way better. My saying is, listen, a bad day out here is better than your best day in that motherfucker. You know what I mean? So each and every day you think you out this motherfucker, you like, damn, I'm fucked up right now, but you got the opportunity to go change that.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
There's too many hustles out there, too, man.
Hell yeah,
I've been doing DoorDash.
Yes.
Listen.
Hey, man, listen.
You just work 12 hours. Why you doing that? Nigga, I need money.
I think even with that, right? Like, I think people get, because they look at social media or some shit and they see these motherfuckers.
Niggas be
like,
broke.
And because on social media, you could be whoever the
Them
fuck
niggas-
it is you want to be,
I
right?
be seeing niggas look real good on social media.
And
He
when
ain't
you
got
see
a
him in
car.
person-
He ain't even drive.
Yeah. You see them in person, it's way different. So people, I think people also, man, get tricked out of these spots with certain things. Like, if you, like, what's that, oatmeal is better than no meal type of shit, right? Like, I'd rather have a fucking peanut butter and jelly sandwich than the stuff. You gotta fry that shit, though.
I never heard that, bro. I never heard that.
Make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
And fry
Fry that shit like it's a grilled cheese and thank me later. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, man, but it's you know, like, people trick themselves out of things. Like, a job is a job. Right? I'd rather make 15 an hour than nothing.
Like,
Right.
that makes no. Oh, I ain't working over there. Nigga, you ain't even got a job. How you gonna say I'm gonna work them with you? Like,
Right.
bugging.
Ain't got shit to do, can't contribute to nothing.
Nothing.
And okay with that. I never understood that shit ever.
Well, I got this job that I work at, right? I got that in the halfway house, right? And I got sent back from the halfway house. When I came home, you know, I'm on parole, so
Yeah.
parole wants you to be doing shit. I went back to that spot. Even before I came home, I called, like, yo, look, I'm about to max out. I want my spot back. So now, I've been there for a month after I came home. I've been home 16 months. I've been there 15 months. It's a part-time. Most people, 90% of people in that spot, part-time.
Right.
There's people that have been there 10, 12 years, they part-timers. I've been there a year and a half back. They made me full-time. I interviewed for a better position. That people like, you'll see people, they, like, I be seeing girls in there, they, oh, you know, you talk, mingle with people, they look at you like, you work at, I work at ShopRite. Like, you work at Shop. That's the vibe they giving. But this niggas in there making 6 figures. They look just like they got the same uniform I got on. You don't know who the difference is.
You don't know who.
It's niggas in there making. It's niggas in there pulling 100 plus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the way I grind, like, I'm talking to these people. I see them people scared to run their mouth. How you been in this position for 10 years and you still a part timer? I'm coming at them corporate people. I see them corporate people in there. They know my name. I'm like, yo, what's good? I talk to them like I'm talking to you. Like, yo, I know how to code switch, but I'm not gonna change who I am to try to kiss your ass. So I come at them people, I see them people.
They
come
respect
in.
that.
I had an interview, right? I interviewed for a higher position. It paid $85,000 a year. So I see the owner, he come through. I'm like, yo, Nico, let me holler at you. Yo, Azeez, what's good? I'm like, yo, I just interviewed for this position. Yo, I need that. He like, I'm like, nah, cause look, I'm like, you the big dog. If you put your stamp on that, like, I've been out the game too long. I can't play like nobody gonna grind like me. I said, they talking about they interviewing other people. They ain't gotta interview nobody else. I'm really him. Like,
Right.
I work hard. I don't call out, and I like to work.
Right.
I'm like, I need you to put your stamp on that. He like, oh, you put that pressure on me. I'm like, nah. I'm like, this is my opportunity. I need that.
Yeah, right.
So, you know, and then I see another one of his corporate buddies. I go to him. I slide in there. It was like the perfect time. And I slide in. I'm like, yo, like, what's your name? I'm like, damn, my bad. I thought you knew my name, but I hit him. I threw my spill at him. But it's nothing. It's not made up. It's all genuine.
It's
So
all
he feel it. He's smiling. He trying to hold his smile back. He calls me. He calls him. Where you at? He like, yo, I'm in the parking lot. 191. That's my store. He like, look at that. He come upstairs. I'm like, yo, I was telling him about the interview. He like, yeah, but he like, they had pushed the opening of that position back. So he like, what can we do for him right now? The big dog. He was feeling me so much. He like, what can we do for him right now?
Right.
He like, we're gonna start training him. I basically solidified that position for myself when that position opened up for that one conversation. But he was feeling it so much. That shit is a few months away. He wanted to give me something right now. So he like gave me a that's my foot in the door.
Right.
Gave me the full-time position. So people like, damn, you got full-time, quick as hell. I say, bro, I got a different type of ambition. He can feel that energy. He feel that confidence. I look him in his eyes, and he come through, I call him, his name Jimmy, I call him Jimmy the Hitman, because when he come through, all the big, like the store managers, they start trying to straighten up, make sure everything. I'm like I call him the Hitman. I like his style though, because he come through with his swag. Like these niggas, they be bowing to him, but I come to him, I talk to him like a man. I look him in his eyes like, yo, I'm really him. Like I need that job. Like he like, yo, people don't talk like this. People don't say nothing to him when he walk by. They be trying to make sure, man, I need that.
Right.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Niggas that's coming home, don't be afraid to take a chance, man. Like we so used to, so afraid of failure, and it's not even failure, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? The cliche of it becomes a lesson. I'm saying, like bro said, like he's seen dude, like most people that's probably been working there for years, never even said a word to him, right? But you know what I'm saying? Bro had the heart to basically like, listen, I'm gonna take my chance. I'm gonna shoot my shot. Right. If you say no, that's what it is. But at the same time, I'm gonna shoot my shot. And this is what we're doing with the business as well, right? Like we going out on that limb and basically say, listen, man, we gonna bet on ourselves. Right. Like we know that we got these felonies, so we most likely are not going to get the money that we want somewhere else. So we're going to basically create it for ourselves. So we're going to grind for ourselves. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I would tell dudes, bro. Dudes coming home, like, yo, don't be afraid to motherfucking take your chance. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to do something different, man. Don't get stuck in that motherfucking that rabbit hole of just, this is all I can do. I'm a one-trick pony. Right. I mean, nah, listen, there's other things that you can do. You can't, when the opportunity presents itself, you got to seize that shit. You got to take that chance. And boom, if it doesn't succeed, like how many motherfuckers, I mean, so many people who are now successful, you know what I'm saying, in their own right, who tell you the story of how many times they might have crashed, right? Crashed into a wall, but they learn from it, you know what I'm saying? And they continue to move forward. That's the thing, man. We can't be afraid to say, like, nah, I'm not doing the block shit. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to work. I mean, and when the opportunity come up to move up in that company or wherever I'm working at, I'm going to take that opportunity as well. Even though I might not know everything I need to know, still know I'm going to take that opportunity, take that chance. Hell yeah. You got to take that chance. Right? Other than that, then you're going to continue to go down the same path. There ain't going to be no evolving in what you're doing if you don't take that chance. So you got to take that shot.
I think people sometimes, like, they think there's an age limit on, like I read different shit where they be like, yo, this designer didn't start to 55 years old.
No, for real.
This one ain't start to 40 something. Yes. This one became an actor at 50 or it don't, to me, it
Apple
don't
happened
matter.
overnight. That shit, that shit was before we even knew it. That shit been going on since the 60s. Then you think about it. Look at the technology. Look at Dick Tracy and all. They was talking about Apple Watches. They was talking about back then. They was big work. This the thing. They think generations ahead. They playing chess for real. Yeah. They ain't thinking like, oh, if I move this pawn, I'm gonna take this pawn. Nah, don't just take that pawn. Think about what you taking that pawn is gonna affect them other 5 moves, 10 moves down the line.
Absolutely. I remember when I first went to college, we had a lecturer. He used to be in the CIA. And this is 1994, I believe, 93 or 94. And he was like, everything you see on television, they already done tried it out. So don't, and he said it's 7 years old already. So in 1994, he's telling me some shit is 7 years old already that you see in TV. He told us, what was that Will Smith movie? Enemy of the State.
Look at that shit.
He told me about that computer in 93, 94. And a couple years later, that shit in the theaters. So it's
even iRobot. Look, like even it's on it ain't the actual physical robots, but
look at all the shit they doing now.
The AI shit
but that shit in Japan.
Yeah, they got the rope. They got the actual.
They got the actual ones in Japan and shit.
For real. The enemy of the state, the surveillance, all that shit. Now, look at this shit. Everything you can do. Facial recognition. You think they don't?
That's the thing. That's the monster, though, right? You gotta think outside the box. You can't limit yourself in what you're thinking. Like, you know, so like, oh, I was thinking I'm gonna just go back and do the same shit. You know? So now you gotta broaden your thinking.
Your horizons. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, man.
And put that shit together.
Confidence to bet on yourself, man.
I think that's what it be, right? Some people don't have the kind, but you have to with something, right? Like for me, with doing this, I had this idea. 2017. COVID happened. And I kind of just, like with COVID and everything, not being outside, I just kind of let that shit like go. And somebody was like, yo, whatever happened to your podcast? And I'm like, man, it's COVID shit. And I find myself making excuses. And then it's just like, and after I had that conversation, I was like, damn, what if I can still do that shit, right? And then it was like, all right, now I just gotta find a place. And that's when I found down the street. But I never wanted to go live anyway. I always wanted to record, chop it up, put it out when I want to put it out. But that just happened at the time. You know what I'm saying? And when it was time, then it was like, I talked myself out of doing my own thing back in January.
Oh yeah, we become our own worst. We become the saboteurs of ourselves and shit.
I talked myself out of that shit in January. Like maybe I should do this, that, and the third. I should chill. Then when this opportunity came, I'm like, yo, I ain't got no excuse now.
Yeah.
Right? They giving me the opportunity. What can I talk myself out of now? And we can't talk ourselves out of shit. Like going to talk to them, the bosses, ain't nothing. The worst thing a motherfucker could tell you is no.
Exactly.
Right?
Same like grandma used to say, closed mouth don't get fed.
Yeah.
You gotta
And
speak
a closed
up,
hand ain't gonna get shit in it.
You gotta speak up, man.
You do.
That's just like you said though, bro. Like we talk ourselves out of it. We talk ourselves like, nah, we can't do that. We're just limited in what we think and what we believe that we can accomplish. Right. So that's what that be the main problem though. Just being able to talk yourself out of it. We become our own worst enemy, self-saboteur.
Yeah.
So many stories of a self-saboteur.
People, right.
Yeah.
So did y'all and what people don't talk about when they send these kids to be crash dummies and everything, man, they don't tell them about losing people when you're behind the wall, right? Losing somebody close as shit to you, and you got to pay to go, or you can't go, or when they walking you down to the chaplain office or the office to tell you.
Social service. Niggas be scared to death to get called this. Yo, they calling they hit your door. You're like, yo, social services. You're like, what?
First start thinking.
You start thinking automatically. It might not even be that. You might have been signed something or
That's the
something.
first thing on your
Niggas
mind.
like, what? Social service? Oh man, you ain't got no pass. You ain't on the list to go. They just call you. Oh man, niggas like, man, somebody died. Nah, that shit for real. You got to think. You out here shooting and killing people, you know what I mean? You robbing, that come with big time. 20, 25, 30, you carjacking, they take that shit serious in New Jersey. Think about what happens, how many people die in a year. So when you start doing decades, man, people start disappearing, especially when you got people in their latter years, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's inevitable. We all gonna die, but
and y'all was talking behind the wall during COVID, right?
COVID.
That was the worst. I know that shit was bad out here.
Everybody had COVID. If a nigga was in jail and he ain't have COVID, that shit just ain't show up in his system.
Rahway, I believe Rahway had the highest number.
Body rate.
Yeah.
Rahway had the highest number?
Hell yeah, because
COVID death?
There's so many older people there.
Oh shit! Right.
There's so many older people there. You know what I mean? A few young niggas with underlying conditions. That house was taking niggas out.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And that first round of COVID was serious.
Well, I was fortunate enough. Speaking about the losses, I was fortunate enough that I didn't lose the person that was closest to me, which was my mother. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But she had got extremely sick, and they did call me. You know what I'm saying? Because my aunt had called. That is one of the worst feelings, though. Like I said, when they call you and you taking that walk down there to social services, and you don't know what's going on, and it's a possibility that someone that's close to you, you know what I'm saying? Your grandmother, your mother, your father, brother, somebody that they didn't pass away while you're doing this time, and you ain't get the opportunity to, you know what I'm saying? Right. To be with them, like all the regrets that you are gonna have sitting behind that wall. Right. Like that thing is real. Yeah. Most motherfuckers don't think about those things. Right? You think about, like, damn, am I gonna have my mother home, you know what I'm saying, after doing this 30? Yeah. Am I gonna have my father, my grandfather, my grandmother home after doing this 30, 40 years, you know what I'm saying? And that's the numbers that they're giving out to niggas now. They ain't giving out, like, niggas ain't catching drug charges, niggas just catching hats and basically, catching lights and doing hundreds of years.
We was in that environment, you don't see a lot of people with drug charges.
Because
they tapping whatever, they going straight to the halfway houses, they going straight to the programs, they ain't, everybody that's down, they got 15s and better,
Yeah,
20s.
20s,
You're like, damn, that shit just congested. Nobody really going nowhere. So,
and I be watching like documentaries like when they send kids to prison and everything, man. Like I just read a story where like siblings, like 13 and 14, killed their father's girlfriend or some shit, or they planned on killing their pops because they said they was abused. They wound up killing a girlfriend and somebody else. I think they like 13 or 14 or 14 and 15. Gave these little motherfuckers like 25, 30 years. And then what I don't get is so you telling me like, or life. So you telling me at 15 years old, I have no chance of redemption.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. Because I'm not even old enough I can't even vote. If you don't think I'm rational enough to vote, why would you treat me as an adult when it's time to sentence me? Like, children, like how many dumb decisions I made at 13 is like 13, every day.
Right.
It's daily, you know, and I look back, even when I was, before I called that, when I was 21, you think you grown, but it's like, you really not.
Really, right.
You really not. Like, I thought I was the shit. I really was a dumbass little nigga doing hella dumb shit. Like,
right.
So to sentence a juvenile at 13 to that much time, like they can't be rehabilitated. Yeah, that's another thing about the prison system. It's not meant to rehabilitate. That's what they say. It's there in place for punishment and punishment only, when it should be reconstructed to rehabilitate people. There should be programs. I shouldn't have to sit down for 17 years or almost 10 years before if that New Jersey STEP program didn't come out, that was our only opportunity to gain a higher education or have our peoples pay an exorbitant rate for us to take a correspondence course.
Right.
But that experience of actually going to school on the inside, like that gave us opportunities to broaden our horizon. That I seen the transition in brothers from talking about the street still to we arguing about GPAs now. Like I got a 4.0. Like niggas really bragging about that shit. Like niggas feeling good about that shit. Like, I got an A+ on the near tuxing paper. Well, it wasn't no A+, but I got an A. Like I seen the transition. Like, but they don't give you them opportunities. You ain't no vocational. Ain't no. It's nothing.
They took away all them programs.
It's nothing there to advance you. So now it's literally. It's just you just sitting there in a petri dish of bullshit going on, and you could easily get wrapped up into that.
Right.
So the prison system the justice system, period, is super flawed. If you don't put yourself in a position to succeed, you're not gonna see. I got a cousin, that nigga did hella time and they ain't come home with nothing. And they don't help you. He ain't come home with nothing. Like,
right.
That's what you were speaking to for like the juveniles that's getting sentenced to all of this time. Like there's like you said, there's nothing in place to basically rehabilitate a person that's committed a crime at like 14, 15 years old, and you sentence him to all this time. He's probably most likely he's probably going to come home an older person,
right?
With with the same mentality. Yeah. Now, if you're really looking at rehabilitation, right? You look at some of the different prison systems all over the world, right? And you look at why they have such a low recidivism rate is because they have vocational training. I think it was one European state, I believe it's Germany, that actually is the part of your rehabilitation is that you actually have to learn a trade. That's like, it's mandatory. It's like going to the yard. You go and learn a trade.
Right.
You go and learn how to do something, like in order to basically become, sort of quote unquote a productive citizen.
Yeah.
But the thing is though, man, is like they understand these things. They still don't implement these things because it's really not about rehabilitation. It's about a business. Everything in America is about a business. That's what it's called. America's not a country; it's a business, bro.
Yeah,
it is a business.
Corporation. Right. And it is crazy because these kids get caught up too, man, with somebody telling them, "Oh, you ain't gonna get that much time. It's your first charge," and then they slap you. And now you ain't even had sex yet. Fucking 14, 15, and you about to do 25 years of your life.
Absolutely.
Right? Like thinking about Lee Holmes.
Right.
50 straight.
Right.
But all together did 58 of his life. I can't even fathom that. Like when I
never seen it.
interviewed
It's
him,
50 years. Imagine, you know what I'm saying?
like when I interviewed him, I'm like, yo, that was my whole life.
Right.
Like that's my whole lifetime. At the time, I'm just 50. That's my whole lifetime. Damn. And then there's the shit that change around you when you come home. Yeah. Like for y'all, what was the biggest change?
Technology. And that ain't even, there was phones when I was out there.
Right.
We had church though. We had church. When I got locked up, I had a Nextel chip.
This shit.
There wasn't no iPhone. They came, the smartphones was Blackberries, I think. Blackberries was the closest thing you had to a smartphone.
Right.
The technology, hands down. That was my biggest hurdle in school. When I got to school, I'm like trying to figure out, school on the inside, that's another thing. They keep niggas in Stone Age.
Right.
We ain't had computers. We had handwritten papers.
Exactly.
We had to do the research. The professors to bring a stack of papers. It was a nice amount of research to read the papers. But when you got to go through a whole library to find some research, it's a big difference. So, the technology, man.
Absolutely. Technology before used to change like every 10 years. Then it got down to every 5 years. Now it's every 3 years, right?
Come out every
Shit,
year.
I think it's
The 16 just came out last year.
I might go every 6-7 months now.
So
that's what I'm saying.
So imagine a young dude who's going away he's about to go away for 30, right? Like he didn't have no experience with mostly nothing.
Right.
And the fast, as you was just talking about how fast technology changed, how behind the curve he's going to be when he gets released. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hopefully he don't experience nothing where he loses a family member or someone close to him that might be able to help him when he get home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if he loses somebody close, which was just the question he was just asking, what that feeling was like, then, you know what I'm saying? He's definitely behind the 8 ball. He's definitely behind the curve. He has to go through some things. You know what I mean? So, these are the things that when you get ready to crash out, you get ready to send a nigga on a dummy mission. Think about that little nigga that he's going to get damn near 30, 40 years or something.
You gotta pay $1,000 to go see somebody get buried.
Right.
You gotta pay the police. You gotta pay their overtime.
Right. To take you to go see somebody.
You ain't gotta have the money up front. Then you start taking that shit out your money orders. Every time you get a money order, your state pays come through.
That shit crazy.
Then you pay. That's another. It's all.
It's all business.
Why do I have to pay for the police equipment? Why do I gotta victims of crime compensation? You see so many things when you get your statements and they taking all your money out. You're like,
the crime. I forgot about the crimes and compensation.
It's real.
Oh shit, I forgot all about that. So y'all, the business. What's it called again?
ACM Transport.
ACM Transport. So what y'all like?
We gotta. The name is vague because we didn't want it to just be tied to one thing. So we do cargo right now. Like we do freight, but we also want to branch off into passenger vehicles. So that's why it's transport services. That mean anything. Like transportation, transporting
whatever
pallets. We transporting. If you need a catered event, you want to go, not a catered, we got to get this, a party van, people want to go, they want to have to worry about designated drivers and shit like that.
You know what else y'all should think about? Like maybe something about during football season, taking motherfuckers down to Giant Stadium, right?
That's something there.
When you think about it, because people they could catch a train, I think.
Rails and all that stuff.
Right, all that. But just think about having couple vans out there where motherfuckers could get in, play a flat rate. Look, we go here, here, and here.
And we take because as we see, like with the Prudential building, you see a lot of fans walking down the street with the New Jersey Devils. And they caught the train over.
Yeah.
So you're right, absolutely.
Or waiting on Ubers and Lyfts.
Yeah.
Crazy that.
But that's the thing, right? We're not limiting ourselves, right?
Not at all.
We learn from this experience. Right now, like Bill said, we got the freight going. We got the van with the freight going and everything. We're taking loads, and so again, though, we're taking a chance. We're betting on ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And as long as we continue to bet on ourselves, as long as we continue to take those chances, man, I think we're going to be good, right? There's going to be ups and downs and things with business, but you just got to keep grinding. When you know that your insurance is super high, you try to find some more of a lower insurance.
Keep going,
They don't have the the freight or the rates that you want. You just got to keep going. So it's never really like, oh, you're just going to give up and because things ain't going that way. No, we're going to figure these things out. Man. We're just going to keep grinding each and every day. You know what I mean? And know what the goal is. You know.
How long y'all technically been in business?
A few months.
Yeah, a few
Couple
months.
months.
Just
Yeah. A few months. Again, it's a learning experience, and for being in business just a few months, we're still rocking. We're still learning. We're still rocking. You know, and we ain't gonna stop. We ain't gonna, just give up. We're gonna figure these things out.
Absolutely.
Like matter of fact, like right after I leave here, I'm going to. Bro sent me the information about the grants for minority businesses.
Okay.
I'm going home to fill that out. Also. A previous coworker, when I was working at the Small Business Development Center, they sent me the information for our Small Business Development Center loans for minorities and previously incarcerated.
For sure.
So, you know what I'm saying? But this is the grind, right? Like, this is the things that you got to do. These are the things that, when you see people on social media, like, oh, make $40,000 a month of the van, so forth and so on. They will tell you the little things that you're going to have to do, the little nuances that you're going to have to figure these things out. Most people are in love with the idea of being in business, so you don't understand what you're gonna have to
business,
go through. Right.
Yeah, right.
So,
right.
But this again, though, what we're doing right now, we're setting the groundwork to be able to consult with someone, my brother that's coming home, and he wants to start a business, and we can basically give you the ins and outs of some of the things that you got to do. Right. Like it's not gonna be easy. You're gonna basically have to buckle down and
hustle don't stop, right? You're a hustler. You're a hustler.
And
that's the thing. When you a hustler, you hustle whatever the fuck you gotta hustle.
Yeah.
Coach rides, food, whatever you gonna do. If you gonna hustle, you gonna hustle.
We finding out.
And if you did 12 hours outside, because that was the minimum a nigga was gonna be outside hustling when you went outside.
Absolutely.
If you went outside at 10 o'clock. Or if you so dope, you had to be out there at 4 or 5 in the morning.
Mm-hmm. You gotta have that same focus.
Yeah.
And you're gonna work twice as hard for yourself as you're gonna work for someone else.
You ain't gotta worry about nobody over your back. Motherfucking police. None of that shit, man.
Can't park a commercial vehicle on the streets in New York after 10 o'clock.
These are the things we have learned.
Well, certain shit, you still have to, right?
Like things that's costing us $1,000 tickets and things like that.
$1,000 tickets?
Yeah,
bro. These are two of them. Yeah, he hit us with it at the same time. It was like because I believe when we got two of the tickets was because. The van was one place and then it was moved to another place and he hit us for both of them shits, right?
Word?
Yeah. So these are the things that we learn, bro. This is the stuff that,
And it's crazy, right? Because we would have took it to trial, right? But I'm on parole. I had the trip scheduled, everything, right? So my parole officer like, yo, that shit got to get cleared up or you can't go to Puerto Rico. So we had to bite the bullet and pay the because my plane paid for.
Everything
paid for. So I'm like, damn, yo.
So did they consider that like interaction with the law?
Nah, it's not considered that, but for some reason that was gonna stop.
That would stop you.
The supervisor wanted that shit to be cleared up and settled before they let me leave.
Yeah. Hell yeah, get that shit taken care of. So
yeah,
awesome, definitely.
But bro, listen, dudes come home, man.
Right.
Well, as far as, like I said, man, you're going to work for yourself, bro, just know that it's going to be on the ground. You just got to keep that discipline, man. Yeah. Keep that discipline that you had inside. You know what I'm saying? The saying lock in at this motherfucker. Right. Because that's all it's about at this motherfucker. Like, you think you're going to come out here and it's going to be an easy ride? That shit is not going to be easy, man. Like, you know what I mean? Right. I think back in the day, like, we used to come home. It was like a sort of like a celebration.
Niggas that hit you with bread.
Exactly. It is so hard economically for so many people out this motherfucker right now. Like that's something in the past. Right now, you motherfucker, you come home, they can be like, all right, that's what's up. But really, they got their own shit going on. So you gotta come home and figure that shit the fuck out, man. Right. Right. So that's one of the things I'm telling you to take away from it. Keep that locked in mentality. You're locked in on what you want to achieve, man. Not locked in behind no fucking wall.
I definitely appreciate y'all coming through to kick it with me. Like I told you, anybody want to tell their story, as long as there's no ratting and no sex crimes, I'm open to interviewing anybody. You know what I'm saying? My theory is no rats, no rapists, no pedophiles. And I'm waiting on my merch to come out. I had y'all a hoodie and shit.
Oh man, I
I got you. I got some. I gotta go get this merch. I ordered some, but they take too long sometimes. Like ordering that shit and that shit, depending on where it's coming from, and the shipping be crazy. I just found out they'll charge you like the distance. Like I went to ship some shit out to Buffalo. I shipped some shit out to Buffalo. I shipped out 4 hoodies to Buffalo. I went to UPS ground. They charged me $27, which wasn't bad. I took another package to them, one single package to go to the Georgia and Florida borderline. They wanted $33 for one hoodie. I take that shit to the post office. They still wanted $15. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's the shit that you learn on
as you go, as you go along, that's something I'm learning. Like, I'm like, yo, I don't want to charge you motherfuckers, but if I gotta ship it, it's gonna be an extra $10 or something. Because this shit gotta come here, right? That shit. But yeah, like you said, people don't tell you this. You don't learn this in business.
You know that the tolls, you like, yo, I'm seeing I'm getting alerts from the tolls. Like, yo, why this shit keep, yo, my toll thing replenishing them. Like, yo, the gas, the tolls, the insurance, like, you know, the dealing with the, like, he do most, he do all that. I ain't dealing with them brokers, like, he got way more patience than me. Like, I'm getting phone calls, I'm getting all these scams. You know, once you put your DOT number and once you file all that shit all comes public record. People just call, Indians call me, like, motherfuckers just all day.
For one,
all scams.
Press 1 for English. It ain't even a motherfucker speaking English and shit on it.
It's just so much that you find out along the way.
Salute to you, man.
Appreciate you
for giving dudes the opportunity to tell the story. You know,
right?
I'm saying they had something going on. They can get a chance to plug it.
Your company, whatever. Yeah, absolutely.
Salute to you, man.
Thank you.
Doing what the fuck you doing, though. You know.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So, I always ask people this. What would you now tell your younger self that got in trouble with the law?
What I tell my younger self? Tell my younger self, man, listen, I mean, look, learn from your experiences, right? Like, you know, people got different upbringings, right? So some upbringings are harder than others, so that going to lead people down certain paths, man. Learn from it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't just take it as, I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I got some time, I'm getting locked up. You got to learn while you're there, though, bro. You got to continue to evolve. Right. Once you stay at the same spot where you don't evolve, you're going to be stuck in that same spot. Right? There's not going to be no growth in you. You know what I'm saying? You got to continue to grow. You know?
Right.
And I'm saying, like, I wouldn't take my experiences. Yeah, okay, so I wouldn't want to get locked up or anything. But, you know, being locked up made me who I am today. Right? The experiences that I learned. So you got to learn from all your mistakes, and all the things that you do right, man. Just continue to learn and evolve and grow.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I agree 100% with bro. Like, well, I had to tell my younger self, man, just focus, man.
Right.
Just focus, man. That's it. Like, that was my problem. I ain't have no focus. I just was You know what I mean? So, like I said, like at this juncture, I would not change my journey. I wouldn't change my path. Like I said, them experiences made me who I am. I had to go through certain things to learn. You got to learn from that shit. I didn't listen to nobody.
Right.
Nobody could tell me. Nigga, I got 10 uncles. They done been telling me shit all my life. I never listened to none of that shit. I had to experience that in order for me to be like, I need better for myself. I want to do better for myself. So, like I said, I would tell them, take from your experiences, man, and absorb the positive stuff that you run into, and that negative bullshit, just push that shit to the side, man. That's it.
Anything else you want to say to the youth or anything else you want to say?
That gun down. They ain't playing with you.
Hell no.
Man, you pull that trigger, like you said, we've been talking about it all night, man.
Let me say this, you know, it's like, you know, listen, man, it's a different war going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? The war don't consist of killers, people that look just like you, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You've been tricked to believe that shit, bro. But it's a different war going on that you're gonna need that type of mentality, that soldier mentality for, man. But where your anger is focused at, it's at the wrong place right now, right? Like, it's a bigger war that's taking place, man. Pay attention to what the fuck is going on around us. You know what I'm saying? and focus that drive and anger towards something else, man. Not towards somebody who basically look like who's doing the same things as the you're doing, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a larger war going on.
They don't fear you with that gun.
No.
They fear you when you put that gun down and shake that hand to that nigga that you call your enemy. They fear their unity. That's the biggest thing they fear. They want us in these hoods. That's how we got them. They want us over here warring with each other. That's what they want.
And they move in, and before you know it, they own the whole neighborhood.
The whole neighborhood. Now you got to go because
now
you can't afford to pay shit up here.
Exactly.
You can't even afford to live where you grew up.
Exactly. You claiming
I'm
that
telling
you can't even
yo,
afford
we
to
been
live
fighting over these blocks, calling this shit ours for years, and they ain't bought an abandoned building on this motherfucker to get mad when there's a million Jews on the block now. Nigga, that's our fault. We let that shit go. That shit been available. This vacant lot, this empty shit been here for years. We been looking at this dumbass, beat up ass building that got good foundation for years, and we fighting niggas around the corner because we tell them they can't hustle right now. Nobody can hustle right now. None of this shit out here.
None of it yours. They never was yours.
Never was yours, but now it really ain't.
Yeah,
You can't even be out here.
gentrified the area. You can't even you don't even live over there no more.
Crazy.
Remember talking to this old time Muslim guy, and we was sitting on my porch one day, and he was like, he owned like 5 stores and like 4 houses around in the area. And he used to be like, and he said to me one day, this is why I buy shit in my neighborhood. And of course the motherfuckers coming up the other 2 houses didn't look like us at all, but you knew they owned the shits. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, for this. But when he passed away, what his family do? Sell that shit right away.
Absolutely.
Got rid of it.
We gotta support ourselves too,
We
man.
do.
Yo, I see that shit growing up. I ain't realize it because I was young, but I used to walk past the black store and go to the Dominican store, the Puerto Rican store all the time. Yo, why we don't, you know what I'm saying? Like
My only thing about that, and I had this issue the other day, is black
quality
business.
shit.
We gotta do better though.
Mhm.
Right? We
Because
gotta
butter
do
rolls there
better.
used to be a little crunchy in the blacks.
Nah, I'm talking
But now we
like
gotta do better,
I go to this one spot, it's a cafe. I'm like, yo, I want turkey sausage, home fries, and I got turkey sausage, home fries, and something else was it? Damn. So the turkey sausage. Oh, and I got toast. Well, it wasn't toast. They mashed down they toasted a Portuguese roll. I didn't ask for a Portuguese roll. I didn't want a sandwich. The home fries undercooked. And the sauce is spicy as shit. Like, and I spent $16, $16 for 3 things. Now I'm like, I can't support that. Go get a corn muffin, $4. Yeah. Why I'm gonna give you $4 for a corn muffin when this motherfucker only charged me $2.50? Like we gotta, I've had so many crazy experiences in the last couple of years, and I love my people and I try to support, but we gotta do better with that shit, man. Like we have to be. For me, I tell people all the time, I hold my people to a higher standard. I don't give a fuck about nobody else. Right. I hold my people to a higher standard because. Not perfection, but come on, man. We know we got to do a little more better just to get the look. Mm-hmm. Just to get the look.
It's twice as hard.
Right? We know that with anything, work, school, whatever. You going to have to bust your ass to get that look. Like, y'all probably grinding like a motherfucker with the transportation, right? Another motherfucker ain't going to have to go through everything y'all went through. To get the job or the contract or the whatever, you know y'all gonna have to double down. And that be that shit, man.
So many people just have some connections that we just don't have.
Right, and with a lot, that's all it is.
Absolutely.
Right, that's all it is. Somebody who knows somebody that knows somebody.
We want to keep information from each other. Like it ain't enough for all of us out there.
Yeah.
So everybody. So I don't understand that. I always say. If I know of something that somebody else can use and that ain't my field, what the fuck am I holding on to it for? Why am I gonna hold? If somebody say, yo, you know anybody that can move some shit from here to Ohio, and I know y'all got some shit, why not reach out? As opposed to, I don't know nobody up. No, get that shit up. Stop gatekeeping.
Got gatekeeping, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stop fucking gatekeeping, man. But again,
Bro, appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all, man, for coming. We about right on time because my motherfucking battery on my phone about to die. But again, man, I definitely appreciate y'all, and anybody y'all know, more welcome to come.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Luke.
Peace.
Peace.